time may pass by and you just don't get started. That's the worst that can happen. What's going on, y'all? It is your boy back with another video. This is going to be a little bit more of a rant. We are 4 months in this content creation journey. And I want to talk to y'all about how you can overcome your fear of getting started. This is going to relate to YouTube. I'm gonna be honest. This could be probably intertwined to anything else, but I'm gonna just talk. This just relates to YouTube. How to get started on YouTube and how to, overcome that fear. I haven't did a video like this in a while. This is gonna be a little bit of a rant, a conversation, because we started in January. Right now we are in the middle of April and we are dialed in with the content. I'll be honest, for a while, I always said I wanted to be a content creator. I didn't post content. And then at some point, I wanted to be a streamer. In the beginning, I didn't stream. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't stream. I didn't post no content. I didn't do any of those things. And I was like, I wanted to do those things, but I had a fear. I had a fear of like people seeing me post content. I had a fear of people seeing me, do my thing. And I don't know why it was. I don't know why. I couldn't explain it, but I had the passion. I wanted to do it. I wanted to make it happen, but I was so scared. And 4 months in, I overcame that fear by just putting myself out there and creating that content. And there's gonna be a lot of things that probably may make you be afraid of this. And I'll be honest, it could be your friends watching your content and making fun of you. It could be your friends watching your content and possibly judging you. It could be any of that. It could be the videos being bad. It could be the streams being bad. It could be no one watching. But what I realized after doing it and trying and getting better at it and doing it over and over and over and over and over and over, that as many times have I tried and I've not gotten the results, I stopped caring because I started to get better at doing it over and over and over, if it makes sense. I just got comfortable. I was like, I'm just gonna, hold on, I need to plug this in. Gotta get a little Type-C real quick. But yeah, I just got comfortable. I was like, what difference does it make? I think after I decided to do what makes me comfortable creating content, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. Can y'all see me? All right, we good. I want to make sure I'm angled right. Y'all gotta see my beautiful face. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I got comfortable within myself, just creating the content that I wanted to in the way I wanted. And I'm gonna tell y'all, if you have a passion to start, do not think about what your friends, family, or anybody else may think when you're creating, because that's gonna keep you bogged down. That's going to keep you stuck in a stagnant space that you're just like, all right, I want to post content on YouTube. I want to create content on YouTube. I want to do certain things, but I'm afraid of what may happen. You know what's the worst that could happen? You're going to have another month go by, another year go by, and that dream that you had, that passion that you had to create the content, it's gonna pass on. And I finally accepted the fact that it's gonna be bad in the beginning. It's gonna be a slow, steady motion of growth, but that's gonna happen. It's not gonna always look good. You're not gonna always have the right things to say. You're gonna stump, you're gonna stutter, you're gonna say, I do that all the time. But I'm telling y'all, when you do this, and you get better at it, by doing it over and over and over, you'd be like, I don't even care. I honestly don't care. I've got so comfortable within myself about how this is all happening that I'm sorry, I don't have any, blanks to give. I'm sorry, I just don't care. I don't care. And that's how you overcome it, the fear, right? You get to the point where it's you think about the worst case scenario on how this all may transpire. And then you think to yourself, that's the worst that can happen? I can get little views. I can get no views. I get no likes. Somebody can tell me that my content sucks. And it's like, you know, it takes time to build that traction. Don't get me wrong. But when that happens, when you start to say, yo, I don't even care about none of that. And I be like, I'm looking back at it, like going back to before January, I was in a space where I was like, shit, like I was worried about this. And now I could literally have a conversation with y'all about anything that I want. I could post anytime I want. Sometimes I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I be wanting to post 2 times, even 3 times a day, but I know that's a little much. But sometimes I think it's best when you have an idea to turn on the camera and maybe not upload it, but you could, man, listen, you could upload as much as you want, how you want. This platform is not paid. You don't have to pay to upload. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what I'm gonna start to do as well is when I have a thought about something, I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna talk about how I feel. I'm gonna post the content. If I have a creative direction on where I wanna go, I'll just, forgive me, I'm still recovering being sick. I'm just gonna go and do what I need to do and not stress, I just think I think I'll be all right, man. I think I finally grew out of that fear because I just got in the mindset where it's like the worst of the worst can happen. But you know what's worse than any of that is just not going more and more time without doing. For a little while, I started to grow a little following on TikTok. And I realized that I just did it. I just posted. I just streamed. And it just happened. In the beginning, it was quiet. But that's how all things are. I'm telling y'all, that's how all things are. I ain't even tripping over that no more. I'm not tripping over somebody judging me. I'm not tripping. Let me tell you something. Don't do this I don't do this to get somebody, I don't do this so somebody could affirm me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this so somebody could pat me on the back and say, yo, you did a good job. Like, no, I'm not doing none of that. I'm doing it because I want to, baby. I need y'all to lock in and do the same thing. Just it's been 4 months. I'm counting the time because I want to keep myself level head. I want to say to myself, damn, I really did this. I really did this and I'm doing it. And I'm trying to keep myself motivated. I'm trying to keep myself motivated, myself self-regulated on how I'm going to keep doing this. And I'm telling y'all, the worst that could happen is what I mentioned before. That's the worst that could happen. You need to come on this side. This side is the side where it's like, you know what? I just stopped caring. I need y'all to not care. I need y'all to just dial in. I need y'all just to do it. Do it because you want to. It's crazy. It's crazy. I couldn't believe I was in this space because I was afraid of what what would somebody think. And the thing is, with everything else, I just don't care. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. I'm gonna talk my mess, but I don't care. And I couldn't believe, I'm looking back at it. I was afraid to do this. I couldn't believe it. But another way is just to get comfortable, just pointing the camera at yourself and having these kind of talks with yourself about it, or even sitting down with someone else and having to talk about it, or get on the phone and talking to somebody about it. And then they may give you some positive, if they're your friends, they should give you some positive reinforcement. But I digress. They should, you do those things, you talk to someone that really got your back and they're like, yo, like, you tripping over that, man? They probably gonna tell you, just turn on the camera, man. Matter of fact, turn the camera on right now. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Let's chop it up. And those things have helped me. Those things have helped me tremendously, man. Just doing it. That's the thing. Ain't nothing else to do. Just turn it on. I'm telling you, I can't believe I've been like this for so long because I would have already been closer than where I'm at now. Forgive me for talking so loud and so passionately about it. I'm just sitting here having a reflection moment. Like, I've always thought, I don't have the right gear. I don't have the right this. I don't have the right that. And I'm just like, now it's like, it don't even matter. You could use a Pocket 3, you could use an Action 3, you could use your phone, you could use an old phone, you can use anything, and you just gotta just talk how you feel. I'm not doing no crazy edits. I'm not doing this crazy, I'm not doing none of that. There's gonna be some videos that I may do that, I may do some edits. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying I'm more comfortable talking like this to y'all. And that has helped me. I think that's the most important thing, is to make content that you're comfortable doing and you want to do every single day. You do those things, that's a gem. Like, it won't feel like it'll continue to feel like a hobby. It won't feel like a job. And that's what I don't want this to be. I don't want this to become a job. I want this to be I want to build a fun, like, organic community that I could talk with about anything. Content creation, growth, changes, vlogs. I want to do so much. But I can't do any of that if I'm worried about what someone may think on the other side, or what views I may not get. Practice, doing it over and over and over. I may not have all this whole thing figured out, but I'm gonna figure it out because I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna keep getting better at it. And I talk about that all the time. I know there's millions of people who watch YouTube. I know there's millions of people who create on YouTube. But there's also millions of people who may have interest in your content. You're gonna find your tribe, man. You're gonna find your people. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to have millions and millions of people following you. Let's be honest, if you get 50, 100, 200, 300 people that really mess with you, and you build a community of people who really, really like your content for who you are, that's all you need. Even if you got 100 people that really even if you got one person out there that mess with you, that's all that matters. I'm be honest, I'm not doing this I'm not doing this to win some trophy. I'm not trying, I'm saying? I'm doing this because I've been so scared for no reason for so long to do this. And I feel like the fact that I'm doing this right now, I have accomplished my mission. And now we got to move on. Every time we reach a goal, we got to move to another goal. And I'm just so excited and hyped about the fact that I've made it past that point where it's like, I don't want to do it. I'm scared. I don't want to. Nah, I'm seriously, I'm so happy about it. I'm really, really, really hyped that I made it past that side where I was like, oh, I may not make it, or I may not get no views, or I'm so happy I made it past that, because this is all very true. But so what? What could happen though? People may watch the video. People may subscribe. People may consume the content. People may give positive feedback, negative feedback. People may not like it. All those things can and will happen. But what happens if you don't create, or you don't do what you said you were going to do, or if you don't push past that fear? Nothing. You literally were sitting there with the fear that you had, and just sitting there with regret. You know what I'm saying? All those things that you said was going to happen won't happen, but you won't know until you get started. Listen, I appreciate y'all watching the content. I really appreciate it. I'm telling y'all, thank you so much, man. Y'all don't know, man. It really means a lot. We are cooking. We are on our way. We're gonna keep going. But I can't do this without you. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I mean it. I really appreciate every single one of y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a great start to y'all weekend. Y'all take care of yourselves. Check on somebody. Reach out. Make a phone call, text. Take care of each other, man. Y'all take care. Peace.